I'm great.
My name's Ben. What are you working on?
Oh, I'm on stats.
On stats?
On stats.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm actually not trained in that, but if you wait a second, I can be more than happy to find someone to help you, or if I can't find someone available, I'd be more than happy to try to assist you to help you find
No,
the answer.
it's okay. It's real quick. It's a simple question. I'm sure you know. I'm sure.
Okay, I'll be more than happy to try, and if I can't figure it out, I'll call someone else.
Okay, please sit down. Okay, so I'm doing this problem, and I don't really get the terminology, but you know what? My son, he tried to help me on this, and you know, he's so great. He's a doctor. He graduated from Redlands. He's doing so good. He's got a, you know, he's going for another degree in Michigan. So he tried to help me out, but he didn't get it either. But anyways, I was thinking about this, and I was at Stater Brothers, and I was like trying to get muffins, and I just, you know, they didn't have banana nut. So I had a blueberry. So I didn't understand. So anyways, can you hurry up and help me? Because I'm just trying to get out of here.
Sure, we'll just try to stick to the task at hand right now. And what is the exact terminology that you're not understanding?
I don't know. It's something about mean, median, mode. I don't know. My son is a doctor. He has this beautiful girlfriend, and they came over for the holidays. And she gorgeous. They, you know, I don't know if they want to have kids. I really hope they do because they're both so smart, and that kid would come out so beautiful. You know, I'm pretty sure that kid would help me out too here in stats. But I'm not understanding.
Okay. Well, we can start by maybe looking at your textbook or some other online resources for what the mean, median, and mode is. Let's try to take a look at that.
You see, I don't have my textbook because my husband left me, so I left the house. I'm staying in a hotel right now, so I don't have any of my materials, but I do have my backpack and my notes. But it was so tragic. My husband we weren't working out anymore, and
I'm sorry about that.
I don't understand what happened. But you know what? My grandchild, she's with me, and she keeps me so sane, and I feel so loved, and I feel so supported. You understand? So
Poor
I
Ben.
come here, and I'm just really hoping that I can get the support system here too, that I get at home.
Of course, ma'am. We'd always be willing to really support you academically. And I know you mentioned that you didn't have your book, and we typically do keep a copy of the book over here on the shelf. Let me go see if I can grab that for you.
Okay, that'd be great.
Okay.
So what was the scenario?
She was getting
Janine. Okay, guys, well that's real. This actually happened with like 2 semesters ago.
Yes.
So what happened? She just kept getting out of hand. So we have to, and you do get those tutees that get out of pocket. They want to talk for hours on end about like issues that aren't even relating to the subject that they're handling at the moment. So as tutors, we need to focus on bringing them back. Did you guys agree with how Ben did it? Would you guys do it different? Talking to my vets.
I feel like, you know, when people talking about stuff that's
Get on the microphone.
like, you don't really have to like go into the conversation with them, but you know, like guys like really like opportunity, like be a little empathetic here and there, instead of just being like, you know, kind of staring at them crazy. You know, not to say Ben didn't do that, but I'm just saying that's kind of how I think about using that. Like, yeah, I feel you. Anyway.
Maybe a bit of teamwork too, so like if you know that person will go off on a tangent, your teammate might kind of be like, hey, so how's everything going?
Get a little phrase.
What about, okay, Shane?
He acknowledged what she was saying, but didn't give her opportunities to add on to that. So instead of like forcefully,
You guys are just saying really great things, and the new tutors need to hear it, so you guys, yeah.
he wasn't really giving her an opportunity to keep going. After she initiated the conversation, you know, he acknowledged what she said, he is listening, and then went to the assignment. So I think he did it well.
What about my other vets? That was intense. I didn't even know what I was saying. How would you guys handle it? What about my writing tutors? I know one of y'all. How did you deal with that?
Story, bro. No.
Give her the microphone.
Yeah, definitely
I
do
want her to have a mic. She's got a choice. So that everybody
This
can
is
hear. You
not
guys are
Missouri.
saying some great stuff.
I've been told my voice is very soft, so okay. Well, let me think about. Okay, so in this situation, I think the best thing to do is we're supposed to come up with a game plan when the session starts. So sit down and ask them, start engaging with them right away. Kind of, let them vent for a second. But hey, like, what are the things that you want to accomplish today? Okay, here's step one. Let's go ahead and do that, or you can go ahead and write that down, and we can elaborate on it later. And if they keep going, well, I don't know, because it happens, and I honestly don't know what to do most of the time. So, it's gonna happen.
Stick with the tutor cycle.
The tutor cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I erased it. I'm sorry.
Oh. I can upload. I'll put it up there right now.
I believe there's a general approach.
Are you guys quizzing me right now?
No.
Is this
I'm trying to help you.
Like she said at the beginning, the tutor cycle, the beginning of the tutor cycle is setting an agenda.
Right.
But I do think Ben did well. He did try to bring her back several times, and he did remind her that she was short on time. But whether they're talking about their kid, a doctor, or whatever, we do have this happen a lot where students come in and get sidetracked and start talking about all of their issues, or maybe a class or a teacher, and we have to know how do we get back to the subject at hand. How do we, pay attention to the clock a little bit, but be polite and maybe a little sympathetic. I want to bring that to the attention of somebody at one of the coordinators or myself, so we can see if we can get that student some counseling, or do they need to go to our student health clinic or whatever. Make sure that they don't go off the deep end without us offering some assistance.
Well, I was gonna say that, and sometimes you need to recommend that they go for a walk, because they're not gonna do the work that they need to do if they're stressed out about all of this stuff without your beautiful son and. To my new tutors, sorry, oh, y'all wanna come, sorry. To my new tutors, what did you guys think? Because that's gonna happen, but you guys let her know. Oh, yeah.
You're gonna have at least one person who cries.
Without me, for sure, because sometimes you wanna snap yourself. Chris?
You're gonna have at least one person who cries, no matter what. At least one student that you're going to work with is going to cry right in front of you.
Especially in math.
Especially in math. And you're gonna have to find some way to deal with that.
Yeah, for sure. You are gonna have someone who cries. Thankfully, I've never dealt with it. But then again, like,
Just wait.
if you're not, if
Listen
you don't
to
feel
your
comfortable
stress.
with someone crying, if you don't know how to deal with crying people, it's okay to get up and just like find someone who is more like empathetic than you. So that's completely okay. So good luck on that floor.
Something that worked for me, because I'm not the best at dealing with people who cry on me. I just look around on the floor and pick out whichever tutor looks the most empathetic, and just ask them like, hey, I'm not really prepared for this. What should I say? And if anything, I'll try and like coerce them to, hey, can you help me out? Because I don't know. Do you know? I mean, pretty much anything, because it's something I'm not used to seeing.
Yeah.
Buddy system.
Yeah, for sure. Anything else you guys wanna add? Any experiences you guys like dealt with? To my guess. No? Yeah. Alright. Moving on to the next one. So who wants to go up with Alia?
Who wants to deal with me? Oh, no, not you, sorry. It's just you've already done this one before,
Mixley.
I mean, don't all jump up at once.
Mixley. Just kidding.
She's like,
I love Mixley's though.
I'm actually not too good.
What do you mean? What happened?
Well, before you came here, there was this other tutor that tried helping me, and she was just like really like blah. Like, I hope I never have to work with her again. She's actually, oh, she's right there. Sheila is her name, actually.
At the bottom of our worksheet or the up page, you can
Oh,
actually
yeah.
comment there.
Sometimes I come in here just for fun to rate her really badly.
Oh, we don't want that.
Well, I just want her to get fired or something. She's just like not very nice, and she's very fake. She always smiles at me and is like, "Hi," and I'm just like, it's her job. I don't like her. You agree, right? You don't like her either. I might feel about that with my other job, but you know what? I feel like everyone
You
here is
can
pretty
tell
awesome.
me.
I won't tell anyone that you don't like her. I'm sure you will. You're gonna write up a comment.
But let's go back. You know what do you need help on?
I need help on this math worksheet. I was doing this like quadratic formula, and I keep getting the B's mixed up. Speaking of B's, you know who's a B?
I'm pretty sure it's none of my
Sheila. I know. I'm so glad you brought her up again. I swear, it's like I can't stand her. That I just can't stand. I can't stop talking about her.
Okay, let's keep those words.
Sounds like
and
you're
out
in
of
love
it.
And she's very conceited. She thinks everyone's in love with her, and I just can't deal with her.
I feel like you should tell this to Connie. Connie will work everything out.
Yeah, I kept asking Connie for Sheila's work schedule so I can meet her after work in the parking lot. But now she won't let me know anymore, so I don't know.
And when is that talking to coordinator? Let's see.
You're gonna do what? You're gonna give me Sheila's home address? I don't know, maybe we could team up against her. I don't even want to work on this math. No, it's okay, let's just talk for it right now.
It looks like your time is up. 15 minutes past.
Are you just trying to abandon me right now when I need help on homework?
Get you a better tutor that can help you out with this. Then
Okay.
stay on track.
Thanks. I hope it's not Sheila. Okay, thanks. Okay, so if you guys couldn't tell, I can't stand Sheila. But most importantly, overall, what was the like solution that Minsley came to? Like, you guys do this?
Divert the subject.
Yes. So kind of like how Ben kept trying to divert the subject back to the math worksheet, Mixley kept trying to divert me into not talking about Sheila. Is there any other way that you guys would have? Also, what I liked is Mixley brought up talking to the coordinators, because obviously I might have just kept ranting on and on to any other tutor that would listen to me. So, yeah.
Well, I know we announced it during one of our meetings, but, oh gosh, do I have to? I'm very loud as it is.
Yes.
Okay, so I know we mentioned it during one of our last meetings, but there's the little black boxes with the comment slips and all that, so definitely suggest throwing one in there, especially since they rarely get checked, so I know this firsthand, so yeah, just throw them in there and
I want to make sure that if it's a complaint, that it's a legitimate complaint, because I'm not going to take kindly to you guys throwing your fellow tutors under the bus and suggesting that as 2T puts a complaint in that box when it's months old. If they don't talk to a coordinator or myself, you guys should. So Mixley, after she finishes with all that, is going to come into my office and say, I just had a tutoring session. It didn't go bad, but this person could not stop talking negatively about Sheila. So we'll decide how we move forward with that and having a conversation with the 2T, or maybe with the 2T and then Sheila, and see if anything happened, so that we're gonna let that 2T know that it's not okay to come into the LRC and talk like that about any of our tutors. That's not okay. They don't get to sit there and badmouth any of you ever, because that's no good. That's no better than ratemyprofessor.com. Okay, because we're gonna talk about that. We have mentioned that in the past. If it's a legitimate concern, if there's legitimate mentoring that needs to be happening, additional observations that need to be happening for our tutor, whatever it is, it needs to be in my office, or Luisa's office, Andrea's office, or Evelyn's office, because I don't think any of us would appreciate working anywhere and just having somebody to be able to be allowed to come in over and over again and just bad mouth us to whoever, to all of our coworkers, and nobody ever stop that and say, okay, this isn't okay. Especially, hopefully, if you have some respect for that coworker. So really, you know, you guys should be, we're a team. If there's issues, I want to make sure, I'll say more about this in a little bit, but I don't want a whole lot of tea on the tutoring floor. Am I saying that right? Yeah. Tea doesn't do it for me. I guess gossip or whatever it is. I understand a little bit of it, but when it becomes a little bit more than that, or if you're hearing it too many, it should come into my office, Luisa's office, Andrea's, so we can handle it, because that tea then gets out of hand and becomes ugly, and before I know it, I have unhappy tutors. And I'm wondering, okay, so, and I've stopped tutors before and said, what's wrong with you? And they've come into and then they tell, well, and I'm like, well, it's been happening for 2 months. Why am I just hearing about it today? How do Luis or I, Evelyn, Andrea, do a good job, do our jobs if you're not giving us the information we need to help you guys do your jobs? It's communication, it's constant communication, it's you guys, you should feel comfortable. And I'll say this a million times, I'll say this at every training, you're not complaining. It is not a complaint. It is it's a constructive observation, constructive criticism. I don't like that word, but hopefully it's going to help us do what we do better. Think, you know, give some more food for thought. Luis just gave me something from his PhD program that I'm going to share with you guys. It's really incredible. Like I said before, what you get at these trainings, you're going to see in other places. You guys are just lucky enough that Luis, Andrea, I, and Evelyn, we work together as a team that we know how much we want to show you, share with you. We know you can't digest it all, but we're going to give it to you just in case you find the time. So really, less tea on the floor and more tea in my office, or in Luis's office, Andrea's, or Evelyn's, because that's where we turn it into better training, better team. Our team works better together. We all feel confident, and we feel safe with each other. That nobody's throwing anybody under the bus. Nobody's allowing anybody. You guys are not to be disrespected on that tutoring floor. That is something that we will not tolerate if you bring it to our attention. That's just not okay. You're not being hired if we don't think that if we really don't think that you could learn something here, you wouldn't have a job with us. Okay, so we are excited to work with all of you. Yes, Allison.
I want to add just that we feel sometimes that we don't allot to the 2Ts, and we do. That's what we're here for. But you never have to accept disrespect for you or your coworkers. And in that situation, she could have said, I appreciate your feelings, I understand where you're coming from, but I can't sit here and let you speak about someone in the learning center that way. So I can get you another tutor and just end it. You don't want to feel that you're overbearing or disrespecting them, but at the same time, we all deserve that respect in return.
And you could say, okay, I think that maybe your feelings are so strong, I really want you to go talk to the coordinator. I really want you to go talk to Maria. We really need to take care of this, because well, I could get in trouble if I don't get you some help with this. We need to get Sheila some more training. We need to do something to make the LRC a better place so that we're not talking about any of our tutors this way. Okay, guys? Yes, Sonia?
Last semester, you had a student already be spoken to, like with you and Evelyn, but like they still kind of approached us and kind of like were mean to me and two other tutors, and we didn't really know what to do because you guys already talked to that person.
Okay. Still, you bring it. Okay, so we do try. We want to make sure that we don't ever just immediately exclude a student from using our services. But if it's something that is a constant that doesn't change after we've spoken with them, you guys need to bring it back to our attention again. And we do. It's very rare, but we can say you guys aren't allowed to use our service. It's very rare that we do that, but we will. We have on occasion. Okay, I think I can see. I think I know of two students that we've done that to in the 11 years I've been here. So again, they have to, just like we have to evolve, like, you know, we have to treat each other with respect. Hopefully we're having them do the same thing as well. Okay, and so we would have to talk to them again and say, hey, this is not okay. All right, so please make sure you bring it to our attention. All right? And maybe we'll talk about that so we'll see about how it goes this semester. If they come back. Okay. All right, thank you guys. I'll let you guys say bye. Yes, James.
I just want to thank what you said, because I would think my first thing is to defend the tutor, oh, I really love Sheila, she's a great person, I'm sorry you went through that. But I don't typically think oh, let's go talk to the coordinator, so for you to tell us that is important, because some people think don't snitch or whatever it is, but it's not like that, It's this is the work environment, and we don't want any drama in this work environment, so it's okay to bring it to the boss.
Right away. And like you said, you would defend Sheila. And one thing I say too is look, we don't all mesh. There are some students who walk in, and the minute they look at me, I have to get them somebody else, because we're not going to say 2 nice words to each other. Or no matter what we say or what I say or how I say it, they don't like me, and maybe I don't like them either. But I've got to make sure that they get the service they need. So instead of me, I don't have anything to prove. I'm not going to get in your face because I can. I'm going to get you somebody who's going to give you the assistance you need. That's part of my job, to understand that I don't need to have a chip on my shoulder. I shouldn't get defensive. I need to make sure that you get the service you need, no matter who gives it to you, meaning that it's not going to be me, because it's not going to work between that student and myself, that faculty member and myself, another classified employee and myself. I make sure that I get them what they need, no matter how I do that. It doesn't always mean that I have to be the one giving the service. Okay, we work together, we're a team. That's why I think I have heard it throughout the day. It's I'm going to get somebody else. Arthur doesn't deal with emotions too much, or stress, or crying. He's going to get somebody else, because he knows that that's just not something that he works well with. And maybe he might sit back and listen to what the dialogue, so okay, he gets some words, or he learns how to deal with that. But he understands his shortcomings, and he's willing to, hey, I don't care. I'm getting somebody else who can fill in for me, because I don't need to be, I'm not going to fit every situation. That just is how life is. We don't always, it doesn't always work, but we need to get something, and we need to give something. So how do we work it so that those things happen? Okay?
It's not about us, it's about the 2 teams.
Pardon?
It's not about us,
Yeah.
it's about the 2 teams.
It really is. When we talk about customer service, remember we say this too. They come in, they're stressed, they're upset about a class, they're upset about home, they're upset about 1,000,001 things. They don't know you. Can they be upset with you? Are they angry with you? Do they have a problem with you?
Not personally, you just might be the person that
They take it out on. Because they're talking to you at that moment that they are stressed and upset. But you have nothing to do with what's going on in their lives. So do not become defensive, and do not take it personally. See if you can diffuse the situation, and if you can't, ask for some help. And if it really does seem to escalate, you get another tutor, or you don't feel like it should be another tutor, you think you need help from police, myself, one of the coordinators right away, do that. You don't have to go to another tutor, you can go to us directly. You can measure it, feel how you think it might be, and another tutor might see your distress, or see the situation and come up and say, oh, I know this student, oh, you know what, here, let me help. Okay? Again, it's not about us. I'm not the problem. They've come in, and they're not the problem either. It's just life. Life is the problem. Life, with all of its baggage, with all of its challenges, even with all of its high points, they come in with all of that, and and we get it. So you just need to know how to diffuse it, how to ask for help, and how to make sure, okay, well, and some of you are really good at it. I know that some of you, when you've had a bad situation, even when you have a good situation, come into the office, oh, this is gone, I want to let you know just in case there's a complaint. So I can already take notes or whatever, have a conversation. Before that student comes in, we can already let them know. They feel good about that. Oh, guess what, I know, and we're so sorry, and we do want to have a conversation. Because they know that you guys are looking out for them as well. Not just us, but you guys. Okay, so this should be a win-win all the way around. For you guys, for the 2 Ts, for the coordinators, everybody. Hopefully at the end of the day, we all feel like we did something wonderful. We love our jobs for a reason. Because what we do in here affects people long-term. Helps them continue with their education. Helps them get from one class to the next. One test to the next. One assignment to the next. So that's pretty darn good, I think.